Richard Anderson, accompanied by his wife Patsy and daughters Gloria and Maggie. The Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Kendra Matthews. The spouse of the Command Chief Master Sergeant, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Mrs. Mona Ori. The Commander, Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Michelle Edmondson and her husband Dave. The Superintendent, Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Richard Sutherland. We would also like to recognize some of our distinguished guests, beginning with the Director of Logistics, Installations and Mission Support, Headquarters, Air Education and Training Command, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas, Mr. Gilbert Montoya. The Commander, 302nd Airlift Wing, Peterson Air Force Base, Colorado, Colonel Jade Hickman. The Commander, 97th Air Mobility Wing, Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma, Colonel William Spangathal and his wife, Alyssa. The Command Chief Master Sergeant, Air National Guard Readiness Center, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, Chief Master Sergeant Tony Whitehead. Would the attendees of the 2015 Air Education and Training Command, Squadron Commanders and Spouses course please stand to be recognized. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 37th Training Wing is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. We would also like to pay special tribute to today's reviewing official, Colonel Anderson, as he retires from the United States Air Force. Colonel Anderson received his commission from the United States Air Force Academy in 1985 and has had a long and illustrious career as a United States Air Force aviator. Throughout his career, he has flown over 5,000 hours in the C-17, KC-10, T-38, and T-37. He has also been the Vice Commandant of Cadets at the United States Air Force Academy and is currently the Commandant of the Defense Language Institute English Language Center and Commander of the newly activated 637th Training Group. Today marks his last official duty day, culminating 30 years of honorable and dedicated service to our country and to the United States Air Force. Thank you, Colonel Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to today's ceremony, the Military Training Instructor School, Class 150313, will receive their campaign hats. The dark blue campaign hat these instructors will receive today has been the symbol of the MTI Corps since 1974. These instructors will carry on the traditions and esprit de corps of the United States Air Force as they pass on their knowledge to our newest generation of warrior airmen. The Excellence in Instruction Award recipient, Master Sergeant Dexter Luke. Master Sergeant Matthew Zarmak. Technical Sergeant McKinley Huff. The Commandant Award recipient, Technical Sergeant Richard Bonsra. Technical Sergeant Gisela Orr. The Distinguished Graduate, Technical Sergeant Juan Garcia. At this time, we ask all MTIs, past and present, to stand in a sign of unity as our graduates recite the MTI Pledge.
Military training instructor hat that I wear.
It's a symbol of honor, professionalism, integrity, service, and excellence in all I do. My job is one of the most important to the Air Force, and I will spare no effort to properly prepare men and women for military service. I am dedicated to the principles of fairness, firmness, and honesty. I strive for perfection and reject mediocrity, both in my own personal behavior and in the performance of those I lead. I am an Air Force military training instructor, and above all, I am an American Airman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Air Force is absolutely committed to selecting only the most dedicated, most professional, senior NCOs and NCOs from across our Air Force to come to Lackland to be military training instructors in basic military training. I assure you that your sons and daughters' futures, our nation's sons and daughters' futures, are in the best of hands because of the leaders that stand before you this morning. To our newest MTIs, on behalf of Colonel Edwards, welcome to the 37th Training Wing family, and welcome to the most rewarding job in the United States Air Force. Congratulations.
Present, hug! Order, hug! Pose!
At this time, Colonel Edmondson and Chief Master Sergeant Sutherland will make a special awards presentation. Seven 37th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Master Military Training Instructor. A Master Military Training Instructor is one who is a total professional in all phases of basic training, is a leader among other instructors, exhibits only the highest characteristics of ethics, morality, and integrity, fully supports the missions, traditions, and esprit de corps of Air Force basic military training, is the best of the best. The instructors who stand before you today have been awarded the title Master Military Training Instructor in recognition of their superior performance. From the 319th Training Squadron, Master Sergeant Paul Green. From the 737th Training Support Squadron, Technical Sergeant Billy Sparks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue robe on these military training instructors' hats absolutely represents the best of the military training instructor corps. Of the 550 MTIs in the corps, fewer than 10% reach this elite position to be awarded the blue robe as a master military training instructors. And wearing that robe, they now dedicate themselves to give everything they have as MTIs back to the Corps to ensure that all MTIs can meet the expectations that they have laid out. We're extremely proud of these MTIs. Please give them one more round of applause.
The airmen who will pass in review today have completed a demanding 7.5-week program that provides Air Force units throughout the world with trained airmen. Part of this training includes the time-proven concepts of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. They will lead the way for the thousands of airmen that will follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our Commander of Airmen is Lieutenant Colonel Liz Valenzuela, Squadron Commander 326th Training Squadron. Colonel Anderson will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Seven 37th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Honor Flight Streamer. The Honor Flight Streamer is awarded to the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight B-249, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 9 March 2015 through 1 May 2015. Signed, Michelle Edmondson, Colonel, United States Air Force.
March to command and review.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen passing in review today represent a portion of the 33,000 recruits who will complete basic military training this year. The 737th Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest Air Force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. All warrior airmen of character have participated in a rigorous competition for the coveted award of Honor Flight, a significant accomplishment which only one flight per graduating class is able to achieve. Honor Flight can only be awarded to a flight that achieves excellence in all facets of basic military training. Today, Flight B-249 from the 322nd Training Squadron is recognized as the honor flight for this graduating class. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass and review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. The airmen recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Air Force in armed conflict, including present-day operations in Afghanistan. They include 7 Medals of Honor, 25 Air Force Crosses, and 171 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. Musical support for this morning ceremony has been provided by the 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, 322nd Training Squadron, Honor Flight B-249, and Flight B-250. These flights are performing today under the direction of Staff Sergeant David Evans, hometown, Alpine, Texas. These trainees are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Our Commander of Airmen is Lieutenant Colonel Liz Valenzuela, Squadron Commander, 326th Training Squadron, hometown, San Antonio, Texas. The Drum and Bugle Corps Honor Flight B-249 and Flight B-250 from the 322nd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Angela Carter, hometown, Pemberton, New Jersey, and Technical Sergeant Diana Garcia, hometown, Brownsville, Texas. The Air Squadron Commander Flight 239 from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Paolo Vorha, hometown Chicago, Illinois. Flight 240 from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Maria Hyder, hometown Bellflower, California. Flight 241 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Dwight Scott, hometown Charleston, South Carolina. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are from the 322nd Training Squadron, flights 245 and 246, led by Technical Sergeant Christine Feldman, hometown Berthoud, Colorado, and Technical Sergeant Derek Uzzle, hometown Houston, Texas. The B Squadron Commander is Technical Sergeant Ronald Jackson, Military Training Instructor, 321st Training Squadron, hometown Hamden, Connecticut. Flight 242 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Corey Trimble, hometown Fort Worth, Texas. Flight 243 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Shannon Scally, hometown Lyman, Nebraska. Warrior Flight 244 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Armida DeSico, hometown Alpine, Texas. Flight 247 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant James Davis, hometown Gulf Breeze, Florida. Flight 248 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Winnell McKissick, hometown Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the airmen before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with a foundation to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will attend technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 130 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of over 84 Air Force bases around the world or work directly with our sister services. As these airmen move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the Air Force. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibility and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining home station readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military, and an even smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be proud of their accomplishments thus far. The airmen before you have reached a milestone in their Air Force journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force and will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our squadron honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these airmen displayed throughout basic military training earns them this outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank the families and friends who are here in support of the airmen graduating today. Your words of encouragement helped motivate these airmen through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of American airmen for the support of your airmen, the greatest air power the world has ever known. Colonel Anderson will now come forward and address our graduated airmen.
So how do you like them now? They clean up pretty good, don't they? Yeah, well, to all the families and friends out there, you guys have done a fantastic job raising some of America's finest young men and women. Thank you for loaning them to the United States Air Force. I hope you all enjoy your time at Lackland and your time here in the great city of San Antonio. Do we have any veterans in the group? Thank you for your service. This is your legacy. I'm very comfortable that we're in good hands. Aren't you? Hopefully you all noticed a change in the short amount of time you were able to spend with your new airmen yesterday. We have one group of folks to thank for that, and that's some of the most professional people you will ever see in any uniform in any country, and that's our MTI Corps. Thank you guys, you do a fantastic job. And who gets to do this on their last day in the United States Air Force? You know how awesome this is? And lastly, to the 649 airmen that are about to get sworn into the Air Force, thank you all for making the decision to serve your country and to cross into the blue. 8 weeks ago, some of you were working in jobs. Some of you just recently graduated from high school. Some of you were in college. Some of you were playing Xbox on your parents' couch. But not anymore. You're about ready to serve your country. And forever how long you serve your country, whether it's one enlistment or you stay in 30 years or more, I want to thank you in advance for your service. You should all be very proud of what you've done, proud of yourselves, and I know that your families are proud of you. So I have one question. Are you ready to join the ranks of the airmen of the greatest Air Force in the world? Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Colonel Anderson will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Welcome to the world's greatest Air Force.
Thank you, Colonel Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed and remain in place for the departure of our official party. I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, breathing warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter.
Pick him up. Take up drummer to place case.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Hey!
Right,